Hey everyone, Richard Logan here at Finished Vehicle Logistics North America 2025 here in Huntington Beach. I'm here with Ben Shain, Vehicle Logistics Manager for Nissan North America. Ben, great to have you here.
Thanks, Richard. It's great to be here. I appreciate the invite. You guys do a great job with the conference, and I'm happy to participate.
Yeah, thanks so much. And Ben's been here joining, participating in an important panel on auto hauler excellence, understanding and explaining how the network's performing and the best practices and steps that Nissan have been taking. So, Ben, let's start with getting a pulse of the industry and the sector from Nissan's perspective. To start with, in 2025, there's been some significant headwinds, challenges, bumps in the road. How's this compared to the previous couple of months and 2024?
Sure. So we just finished up Q4. So for the Japanese auto manufacturers, we're now into Q1. We had a strong finish, year-over-year growth. We launched 4 major models with the Armada, the QX80, the Kicks, and the Murano, all very successful launches. So for us, I would say the network itself is pretty stable. When we look at our key performance indicators in terms of quality, we've made improvements in terms of damage-free. In terms of delivery performance, we're pretty stable. We've seen some locations improve, but some digress. So we're really, getting into the root cause of some of those and trying to understand where we can make improvements.
Yeah, and in terms of some of those improvements, what are some of the steps that Nissan's taking in terms of improving pipeline visibility and forecast accuracy for your vendors and your network?
Yeah, excellent question. Pipeline visibility for our carriers is key. They're planning their assets, right? Their driver hours, their equipment utilization. For us, we give a pipeline file every day, which turns into a tender file once the units are grounded. We did a recent survey to see how the carriers are utilizing that pipeline file. Some of the carriers weren't translating the information correctly. So we've identified, those gaps, and we're working to really shore those up with all of the carriers.
Yeah, excellent. And what are some of the other initiatives and opportunities that you've identified as you've sort of deep dived into your own network and the performance and aspects and tactics that you can take to ensure that there's an improved performance even in this unpredictable and volatile climate?
Sure. Excellent question. So as we look at delivery performance, we're trying to get the vehicles delivered within 96 hours from the time we wholesale it to the time it outgates and delivers. That's the objective. We did a recent study looking back at a 3-month set of data to understand what's really impeding the carriers from meeting that objective. And really, as we look at our key performance indicators from a cost per unit, a total delivered cost, and free cash flow, we really want that day 0 to be at the highest level we can get it to, increase the velocity and the turns on the inventory. So we took the data and really did a time of day of week. We really want a level pitch, Japanese word would be heijunka, across the week, and really those tenders to be as early as possible in the day. So we've really work closely with the railroads. All of the Class 1s now understand our network, how it's performed, and each of them are trying to drive improvements within their ramp operations. Some may want to maintain the current status because it's best in class. Some are working on train schedules to adjust those and get the trains in earlier. And then in some cases, the trains may be optimized in terms of time of day, but the ground operations, need to improve. So as the units are being unloaded from the rail car, we're simultaneously getting the grounding and the tender to the carrier as early as possible to optimize the equipment. We see it as really a 3-way win. The ramps and the railroads can utilize their assets in terms of the land better. The drivers' hours are key to productivity, and obviously the investment in the equipment is significant for the haulaway carriers. And for us, it's a free cash flow improvement.
Yeah, excellent examples there. And you mentioned data at the heart of that. Can you expand a little bit in terms of some of the technologies and platforms that you're using to monitor and improve network performance?
And until we started laying out the data in a way that we could explain it, we really didn't see the opportunity. We're having the carriers come in for a business plan review every 6 months face to face. They're telling us, our ETAs may not be accurate. the spotting, or, there's issues with the time of day. Until we laid that out, we really didn't see it. We've got some carriers that get 100% of their volume before noon, and then some 100% after 8 o'clock. So you got both extremes, and we really want to level the playing field so that when we're looking at carrier performance, we can see, where do we, level the playing field.
So the OEMs and the auto haulers have a symbiotic relationship. So beyond what you've just mentioned now, what are some of the best practices and steps that you can take to ensure that there's longevity, there's trust, and competitiveness on both sides of the coin?
Yeah, great question. Collaboration, a collaborative partnership is really key. And collaboration means a two-way communication. So we're looking to share our plans, our intentions for vehicle launches, vehicle volumes. We're looking for the carriers to give us feedback where we may be creating challenges or, impeding their ability to perform. So it's really that collaborative relationship between the carriers.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the Red Sofa and being part of our event once again. A real pleasure to have you here, Ben.
Great, thank you.
Great, and thanks very much, and we'll see you very soon.